مشاركة الموظفين بين الشركات، بين شركتين مختلفتين أو مشاركة أصحاب المواهب الكبيرة يمكن فكرة غريبة شوي، لكن أصبحت اليوم ثقافة جديدة يعمل عليها. Xpolinate ستارت اب أو شركة ناشئة عم توجد بلاتفورم أو منصة للشركات لتتبادل موظفينها لحلول مشاكل مشتركة، والنتيجة بتكون مفيدة للموظفين وللشركات. Xpolinate ستارت اب بلوس أنجلوس حنتعرف عليه وعلى منصتها من خلال أحد أعضاء هذه الشركة وهو السوري اللبناني أسبيد قسيس.
We're the first platform in the world that is both a discovery platform for collaboration on a strategic level, and we're also the first platform in the world that allows for employees to be shared within different organizations, open to both corporate companies for business, also for universities and nonprofits.
Your idea, how did you come up with the idea?
So the idea was actually Vijay, our CEO, and I had worked together at a company before. It was actually Warner Brothers, one of the biggest studios in the world.
Yes.
And for a while we had been thinking, how can we make this how can we make work more fun, and how can we democratize innovation across the board? Because when you're a big company, it's easy to have the resources to innovate, but how can we bring it to different geographies in the world, to different companies? So actually, our VJ called me a year ago, and he said, hey, I had the aha moment. And we met up at Starbucks, and at that day I already fell in love with the idea, and ever since then we've been working on it. And actually the name Cross-Pollinate was just like a bee, because a bee, in order for it to produce honey, and in order for the flowers to become fruit, you have to cross-pollinate.
So imagine
So imagine as an employee going from one flower to another. Another way that we thought about this was big companies already had rotation programs within their different departments, different offices. We said, why not open it up and make a rotation program think of it as a rotation program between different companies.
Mm-hmm. So we're talking about cross-pollinate, and we see it Xpolinate, but you mean like cross, like the
exactly.
Cross
so cross
itself.
And pollinate. Exactly.
So share, collaborate, and grow.
Exactly. So share is the employee sharing. Mm-hmm. Collaboration is the collaboration of different organizations together, and growing is for everybody. The people are growing, and the companies are growing. Exactly.
So sharing the employees of the company between different companies.
Between different companies, or between companies and nonprofits, between companies and universities.
Okay, let's see how we share that. Are there any examples in the world?
Absolutely. So what we said is, when we looked at this, we said, let's show some examples of this already happening in the world. So on our website, we have close to 70 different examples of this already happening ad hoc in the world, but it's usually being done by big companies. And it's sometimes one-on-one. Sometimes, as you notice here, American Red Cross has partnered up with several companies to create new products.
Mm-hmm.
So
we see Cat coming.
Exactly. Caterpillar, Walmart, and Uber are collaborating together right now
on a specific project.
Exactly,
right?
And the project is the grocery delivery service.
Mm-hmm.
And we thought people might be interested. So if you actually would like to know what's happening with this, we have links within those collaboration opportunities that you see what happened. And we thought, you know what? Look at all these great innovations that are coming through the collaboration between companies.
LG and VW.
LG and VW are collaborating to build a cloud-based car platform. Uber and Capital One are collaborating to create a mobile payment rewards. And frankly, when you look at it, it spreads the gamut. There are different vendors, different organizations, different areas of commerce and business, all collaborating together.
But in a way, that collaboration a bit different of what you're talking about.
Exactly.
Maybe between two departments that work on one project, and they will have a product together.
Exactly. What we're saying is, what a beautiful system. Why not open it up? And why not just make this about the big boys, if you will? And the big boys are more than welcome. We would love for the large companies to be a part of this as well. But we said, let's open this up and create a platform that allows those collaboration opportunities to be discovered. Because you can imagine, for example, two different companies, one in Wyoming and one in San Diego, that are not in the same vector, and they're not in the same business. They don't share vendors, but they're really trying to solve a very similar problem, just a different application of it. And via a platform like ours, you could go and you say, hey guys, you're actually working on a similar problem. Why don't you work together, bring similar minds working from different perspectives, and create a solution for that problem. So imagine you're a company.
Yes.
Today, companies can collaborate between their different departments themselves. So let's say if you're AT&T, you can work for different departments within AT&T, and there's some software out there. And if a company would like to get into our platform that way, great. But what we think is really interesting, imagine being a company and you have a university. So let's say there are statistics PhDs here that would love to work on a real life problem, and there's a company that has data, but they're having a hard time understanding what's actionable about it. You work with these PhD statistics students who are hungry for a real life problem and come up for a solution that makes both the company more productive and also gives them a real life solution. Imagine another company working with a nonprofit to bring clean water to villages in Africa, and you allow those companies to also work between the nonprofit and themselves. But we really believe that the most beautiful part of the collaboration is going to be when different companies end up collaborating on this vertical together to bring real innovation and real growth to the people and to the economies that they work in. So this is actually our platform. And in this example, we have an employee. Her name is Tina Frey. And Tina is actually a designer. She's a fantastic UX designer. And she's very good at her job, but she's also passionate about 4K streaming. And she's looking for opportunities to expand her understanding of the world and work on a project that she's interested in. At the same time, let's say Netflix is doing a proof of concept on a new way of 4K streaming. Tina goes to the opportunity and she reads up about it. She goes, this is a dream come true. Here's a 3-month project that I could work on that allows me to take my skills and expand them in a field that I'm absolutely passionate about. She applies for the position, and she ends up sending them an example of her resume, an example of her work, and she explains why she's passionate about this, why she would like to work on it. Netflix ends up going through, looks at the different profiles that are being submitted for this position, reads through Tina's example and goes, wow, fantastic. This is exactly the sort of understanding that we need to build this proof of concept. They go back and forth, and eventually they agree. And in this case, actually, just so you know, both companies and the employee are all aware. This is fully transparent. So company A, company B, and the employee are all
that's why
invested.
Tina could log into your system.
Absolutely, exactly.
She was registered through her company.
Exactly, you're absolutely right. The company invited her as a perk to be a part of this platform. Because what we're really doing is we're building leadership pipelines. Let's say at the end, it ends up being such a good project that you go into the partnership section and you create a partnership. Netflix says, this works so well for me, I'm going to put a beacon out there in the world and say we're interested in these sort of partnerships. And then different companies can go, look at those partnerships and decide, you know what, here's a different company in a different space, but we would love to work with them on a proof of concept, on a new product line, on a new initiative, and it allows that sort of discovery of opportunities for companies and organizations to collaborate. This is open to all companies. It's an invite only in the sense that you apply. We want to make sure that you're coming in with the right mindset to be a part of this platform. But we're going after a list of what we know are progressive companies that have done similar things in the past. Maybe they're already collaborating so they understand the ROI of this. And we believe as companies start coming on board and as we start putting examples of the high ROI, both for the company and for the employee, of the kind of benefit that they get, we're going to start evangelizing the product, if you will, and go to different geographies in the world. It's actually going to be open for any company in any country and allow them to go and see the benefits themselves.
Nice. So Xpolinate, where are you based?
We're based out of Los Angeles, California.
How many of you on staff?
We have 5 people in the United States, and we have a development group that's offshore.
Excellent, and it's good to mention that Asbed, Kassis, you're half Lebanese, half Syrian,
yes,
and Armenian at the same time.
I'm Armenian who was born in Lebanon and was raised in Syria. I actually finished high school in Syria and then moved to the States to study computer science.
Excellent, excellent. We're proud of you.
Thank you.
As an entrepreneur, all the best in your startup.
Really appreciate it. Thank you so much, and I appreciate the opportunity to be on the program.
Sure. Happy having you on iTech show.
Thank you so much. Absolutely.